The cabinet directed the ministers for finance and energy to immediately remove certain taxes and margins on fuel to lower pumps prices starting with the next pricing window, which is in approximately 1 week. This will remain in effect for an initial period of 4 weeks. The cabinet also instructed the Minister for Transport to fast-track the development of 100 newly acquired buses for the Metro Mass Bus Company along high-traffic corridors. These buses are mandated to charge lower fares than private operators to provide more affordable transport options for Ghanaians. Meanwhile, President John Dramani Mahama has reiterated ban on fuel allowances amid economic concerns.
Consequently, Cabinet has decided that the following measures be taken to mitigate the impact of the recent increases that we've seen in fuel prices, which are solely attributable to the conflict that has arisen. What has happened is that because of restrictions in the Strait of Hormuz, the quantities of fuel that could be transported through that strait has reduced significantly. About 20% of crude oil parcels pass through that strait, and since the beginning of the conflict, there has been significant restriction. This has led to an increase in crude oil prices. It has led to an significant increase in insurance premiums and other such costs, and that is what has accounted for the increases we've seen in the last two pricing windows, despite the very stable economic environment we've had, which has cushioned Ghanaians significantly. So Cabinet believes that a number of steps need to be taken in order to avert any further fallouts. So the first directive that Cabinet has issued is that the finance and energy ministers should take immediate steps to reduce the price of fuel through the removal of some taxes and margins on fuel, effective the next pricing window, which is about a week from today. And this is supposed to be done as soon as possible. Second, the transport minister has also been instructed to ensure the expedited deployment of newly acquired Metro Mass buses. You recall that over the weekend I announced the arrival of 100 Metro Mass buses. Another batch of 100 buses are expected in August, and then the last batch of 100 are expected in November to make up 300. But currently we have 100 available, and the transport minister has been instructed by Cabinet to ensure expedited deployment of these buses in high traffic corridors to ensure that it alleviates any difficulties that may have arisen out of the recent fuel price increases. The transport minister has also been charged with ensuring that these Metro Mass buses, in addition to the existing ones, charge or maintain transport fares which are lower than what private sector operators charge. And this is to ensure that Ghanaians are cushioned, especially when we reach peak periods at the rush hour. In addition to this, the President took the opportunity at the Cabinet meeting to remind all ministers and senior government officials and appointees to adhere strictly to his ban on fuel allowances and the allocation of fuel. And this applies to all ministers and senior government officials. Let me indicate that the reduction or removal of some taxes and margins, as I've indicated, which should lead to a reduction in fuel prices, effective the next pricing window, is supposed to last for an initial period of 4 weeks.